Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. It is the morning of the 13th, which is the first of our 2 days of this Come Dine With Me little thing that we're going to be doing. Beth is to go first, so I'm handing the camera over to her. I'm hiding away. I'm going to hide in here, actually. I'm not going to look, I'm not going to see anything at all until she's ready for me to see the menu, and we'll go from there. So it's going to be interesting. She has control over the camera and my oven. So I'm scared, I'm curious, and I'm excited. Let's go. Very intrigued. Which way around have you done it? Okay, so I'm bringing dessert first.
Oh, that's how it...
Try not to look at it. Try not to look at it. Try not to look at it. Okay. Starter. Ham and potato cake with chives and cucumber. Okay, so we can't really talk about the menus as if they're not stood here. So, I'm curious. I've never had anything like it. So I'm curious to see what it tastes like. It's very ambitious. And it's weird to have cake for a starter. Main. Creamy Cajun chicken pasta. Are you using the penne?
Well, I don't have it.
No, I was just wondering. Okay. That's what I could smell. Sat here. So she's been prepping stuff while I've been sat here, but she's done most of it without me while I've been in the bedroom. I sat here and I was going, "The fuck are you doing? What is that smell?" I'm curious. Okay. Are you gonna be able to eat that?
Yeah,
Okay.
I hope.
And dessert, lamb possum. I'll show
Lamb?
you. Lemon posset. That's how best on the menu. I'm going to show you that. I'm going to pretend that mine looks the same when I do mine. Are you going to eat that? You don't like citrus? You've done so I'm intrigued. You've done a menu that... Okay, I'd eat all of these things.
I've done a menu. Do you know how difficult it is for me, who is the biggest cheese lover, to do a menu for somebody who won't eat cheese? Mm-hmm. Starters are all cheese or fish.
Oh no, yeah, okay, fair enough.
It's difficult to find a starter. Yeah. And then I wanted to do something different for dessert, not just something typically that I would do.
Okay, I'm curious, I'm excited. There's no theme, good. I'm going to get dressed in anything. I'm going to go get dressed and look a little bit nicer in a second though. And there's no entertainment written on there, so I don't know what the entertainment is yet. We'll find out soon.
We will. We'll find out.
Enjoy cooking. So, just finished best meal. 3 courses and entertainment. She's currently washing up, trying to keep herself distracted from hearing anything that I say here. I need to write down a number. So, we've just discussed it. I've got to review the whole thing out of 10. I didn't know if it was going to be like a starters, mains, desserts, voted out of 10. So, the starter of the ham and potato cake, I can't be too harsh with it, and I can't mark it down too much. So the first thing that springs into my head is it was called ham and potato cake. It was bacon and potato, but she used cooking bacon, which made it taste like ham. So swings and roundabouts, it worked. And she was using the stuff that was in the actual flat instead of going out and buying stuff. So to do that, she had to use bacon, which is fine. She's had to supplement chives for spring onion, which I can vouch for on that, so I can't mark her too harshly on that one, because I searched everywhere. I keep making the same joke that spring onions seem to have been lost in the Brexit deal, because we just couldn't find them anywhere all week. Like, we haven't been out every day, obviously, and been to the shops every day, but we went at the start of the week. When we decided we were doing this, we went on Monday, and then I went yesterday. Monday and Friday. And we didn't find any. So, it's one of those. The starter was, as horrible as it's going to sound, fancy mash is the way I'd describe it. That she then put in a pan and fried to give it its crispy outer top and bottom. It wasn't even like the outside as a whole was crispy. It was nice. I think kind of with a little bit more flavour, maybe. One problem with cooking bacon is like when you cook it, it doesn't really. The flavours don't really go anywhere. It's not flavoured because it's cooking bacon. At one point, I know it's going to sound really harsh. At one point, the potato just tasted like it just felt really dry. But I thought it was really nice. It was quite a nice starter. I didn't know what to expect. And I thought it was actually quite a nice starter. The main of the creamy Cajun chicken pasta was amazing. I loved it. Like, that's probably something that I'd pick in a restaurant sort of meal. Wouldn't usually have at home. And this is probably the first time I've had something like that at home, and would definitely have it again. Like, that's going on our little recipe thing of we'll be having that more often. Yeah. Which makes everything more difficult, because then the dessert of this lemon whatever, possum, lemon posset, or whatever she called it, that she's not even sure is the exact name for it, was really underwhelming. It's a really easy dessert. She explained it to me afterwards, and she was like, I don't want to lose points on the fact it's easy. And I was like, you're not going to lose points on it. You're going to lose for it being easy. You're going to lose on points on it for being eh. I wouldn't say it was overly lemony, which is good for her, and probably good for me. I'm not a huge fan of lemon, but it was something different. I would have served it with a biscuit or something. Maybe not filled it as much, because it was just so filling. Like, I'm sat here now after all of it, I was worried that the potato was going to be quite filling, and then I realised, oh no, it's pasta, so it can't be that filling, because I'm not having something that filling, like bloating, that's the word, for a main, but the dessert has bloated me. I'm just, maybe I shouldn't have finished it all, but I'd have done biscuit or something with it, or served it with a biscuit or cup of biscuits, because it just felt a little bit plain and a little bit boring after a while. And her entertainment. We're both struggling for entertainment. We don't know what to do. I'm trying to find the pen so I can write down my score. We're both struggling for entertainment. We don't know what to do. Beth learnt a card trick, which wasn't really a card trick, but entertainment factor. It did make me laugh a lot, and it was funny. So it's one of them. It's a difficult one. I'm going to be generous. I'll explain why in a second. So out of 10 overall, I'm going for 7 out of 10. And what I mean by generous is I would maybe say 6.5. Like, my brain wants to say 6.5, but I think I'm judging too harshly on maybe the fact that the starter wasn't all it could have been, but she had to use what we had, and we couldn't find the bits that she wanted. Like the little cucumber star thing was really cute as well on that. But the dessert was pretty bloating. I'm gonna bring it down. I can't. I know I've just said I'll write it down on the board. I've wiped it out. I've changed my score. I'm gonna go back to a 6.5. I am gonna stick to the 6.5. That main, like, so if this is why I asked her really if we were marking it out of 10 for each course, and then overall the score adds up and blah blah blah, because that main was an 8 or a 9 easily. The starter was okay. The desserts dragged it down a bit. The starters dragged it down a little bit. The entertainment being nothing much, which is going to be the same for me, to be honest. I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do for entertainment yet, so my entertainment's going to drag it down, my score down as well, probably. So I feel like I'm being harsh, and I'm sort of possibly playing it tactically to see if I can win now. But it's going to make tomorrow very interesting. But yeah, it was a good attempt. I very much enjoyed my meal. So Beth didn't tell me she'd left me paper out, so I've used the whiteboard. You're gonna have to read it as if it's
Okay.
not that you can see all the clutter on the side. There we go.
Starter. What? And cheese bites. Why and?
You'll have to wait and see, won't you?
And cheese. Okay, cheese, so that's good. Main bacon and cheese stuffed burgers. Nice. Brownie. Dessert. Brownie bread. That's a mouthful. Brownie blend. Brownie?
That's what I say, wouldn't you?
Blondie brownie. Blondie and brownie. Okay. Yeah, okay. You're going to win. You're totally going to win. Cheese. Brownies.
There's no cheese in that.
No,
in the brownie.
Oh, well,
There's no cheese in the brownie.
But, okay. I'm intrigued by Anne and cheese. Why is it Anne and cheese?
So, I'm going to pretend she's not right there. To save some sort of confusion. You may have noticed this when I was making it, but who knows. So I'll show you anyway. We didn't have any macaroni, so I've used the little animal shapes. So it's Anne and cheese, animal and cheese bites.
So, come dine with me, part 2. Today was Tom's turn to cook for me. And for starters, he went with what he knows I love, so cheese. And so for starters, we had Anne and cheese bites. I think he has explained this Basically, they're mac and cheese bites, but we had no macaroni, so he did it with animal-shaped pasta and called it Ann and Cheese bites, which were good, considering he doesn't like cheese, and he's made the cheese sauce from scratch. That's quite impressive. I probably would have liked them slightly cheesier, but that's more to do with the recipe, I imagine, if he's followed a recipe, because there's never enough cheese in a mac and cheese recipe for some reason. People don't like mac and cheese cheesy enough. So they were very nice, very enjoyable. The main was bacon and cheese stuffed burgers, which again, made from scratch, and wedges. They were nice. Burger was slightly greasy, as in, I don't know if you'll be able to see on the video actually, that when you bit into it, a lot of sort of juice came out and fell out into the plate, which I don't think that's a massive problem, but it did make it kind of difficult to eat because it was quite messy. And yeah, perhaps, I don't know how you'd fix that maybe, but perhaps just a tiny bit too greasy. But on the whole, good flavours. I liked the fact that it was bacon and cheese stuffed burgers, because I've had a cheese stuffed burger before, but I don't think I've ever had a bacon and cheese stuffed burger, which just made it different, as opposed to just having the bacon on top of the burger. And the wedges were nice, cooked well, crispy on the outside, fluffy on the inside, and good seasoning. So he did well with the main as well. And then pudding. Don't know how people do this. My arm's getting tired. Pudding was, what did he call it? Brownie bread. Knew this would happen. Brownie blend, which was a brownie and a blondie, heart-shaped, so points are cute, with ice cream. So it was like brownie on the bottom, blondie on the top, with like caramel sauce and ice cream. Brownie was lovely. Blondie, I'm not sure that I could really taste the blondie. I was tasting more of the brownie, but you know, he's been in there all day, baking away, and overall I think he did a pretty good job. Unfortunately though, he had to reheat it in the microwave, which made it go a little bit hard in parts of it, which I don't really want to knock points off for. Am I going to be harsh? What I tasted was lovely. The bits that were nice, weren't, that sounds horrible. The bits that weren't hard were lovely, but there were bits of it that, because of having to put it in the microwave, had kind of gone a bit hard. So all in all, he's done very well. Played to my likes. I love a brownie, and obviously cheese is my favourite thing, so very well done as well. And then entertainment wise, he smashed it completely compared to mine. We played Obama Llama, which we got for Christmas and haven't had a chance to play yet. So you know, it was good fun, good laugh. We love the big potato games anyway. And we had played the Christmas version, which was Santa Banter, so it was nice to play the normal version. So I enjoyed that. So overall, I'm going to score him a 7. So, obviously I don't know what that does to the scores or who's won or whatever. But yeah, very enjoyable. Food was lovely, entertainment was good, company was good, I suppose. And yeah, I think he did really well.
Okay, so voting's done. I was going to ask you what you'd said and things, and we could talk about it, but I've decided not to. We can just discuss that, right? So there's always a cash prize, and our cash prize for this, right? Because I thought about it, I'd really given it a lot of thought. This, so I did not just check my wallet. There's £6.5p on the line here. For one of us, and one of them is the trolley pound that we use when we go to Asda. So it's all to play for.
£5.
Right. So Beth just asked me a question. How are we going to do this? This is going to be awful, right? So you hold the camera. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Right, you can hold it aimed at you. It's fine. I'm going to write the score that I gave you on the back of this. You're going to write yours on the front. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you're going to turn it round so we can both see what the other person gave the other one to see who wins.
Goodness.
£6, 5p in...
Minus the trolley pound. £5, 5p.
In a world where cash is virtually irrelevant. Right, okay.
And you can use that in Poundland. Their machines are still taking coins.
Oh.
As far as I know, I have not left this flat.
I was going to say, the last time I went out, I did tell you
So, I mean, the last time I went
but I haven't been to Poundland for a while.
was a long time.
Right, okay, so I've written my score on the back. I will not show you because then she'll be able to see it through the camera lens. I'm holding this awkwardly, so I don't know if I'm in shot. I'm not looking.
Okay.
Right, okay. Can you hold that?
Yeah, 1 sec.
Oh, for goodness
I
me.
don't want to get a pen anywhere.
Right. I'm going to lower the camera. You can't see the camera there, can you?
No.
So they can see what I've scored you. They know what I've scored you. Okay, flip it. Go, go, go.
Ah!
Oh!
I knew you'd win.
Oh, that's really
Okay.
interesting. So one thing I am going to tell you, before we cut this off, you originally had a 7, and I lowered it to a 6.5.
Why?
I will discuss it with you later, because we've had that conversation.
Okay.
How did you find this little weekend experience?
I quite enjoyed it, to be fair.
Something we'll do again, for definite, I think.
Yeah, it was nice to...
I'm sorry. I've completely forgot to film the main. I didn't cook any of my main on camera. I remembered it afterwards.
I didn't do very well with the starter, I don't think I got much of that on. So, you know, we've balanced each other out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good to... So everything I cooked was stuff that I'd never done before, so it was nice to try something different.
Okay.
Not that I hadn't eaten that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But, like, I'd never made it myself, so it was nice for me to try and cook something new.
Right.
It's just nice. Sop alert. It's nice to do something nice for your partner.
Mm-hmm.
Like, especially at the moment, we don't have much of money and we can't really do much.
Yeah.
We can't go anywhere anyway.
Yeah.
Obviously, because we're still in lockdown. But, like, we couldn't really buy each other presents, or not that we're, like, massive on Valentine's Day.
No.
But...
well, last year we went to a board game cafe. This year we just...
Yeah, so it was nice to be able to do something and, like, show your love in that way as opposed to...
I mean, like, we were talking about going to get one of these, like, everywhere seems to be in a meal kit this year for Valentine's Day, and we were talking about it, and I was like, we can do that cheaper, and I think nicer, and I think we did. I think we did a lot.
Yeah.
We're not going to compare to the quality of, like, what they would have given us, but I think we did really nice meals, personally.
So, yeah, I definitely think we should not necessarily do it and market and all the rest of it, but, like, I definitely think we should have times where we're just like, I'm going to do dinner tonight and I'm going to do a 3-course meal sort of thing.
Yeah.
It's nice for me as well because, as many of you know, Tom does most of the cooking, so that's just because he enjoys to do that. and a lot of the things that I cook have cheese in, which then becomes difficult when someone doesn't like cheese.
Oh, speaking of which, the mac and cheese bites, that's what that Christmas dinner packet was. I bought a Christmas dinner snack pot mugshot thing that I tried instead.
Which
is alright.
So it's nice because I do enjoy cooking, and it's not that I never cook and he won't let me cook anyway.
No.
There
are nights where I'm busy and you do the cooking.
He just tends to do the majority because that's his thing. I do most of the cleaning because I like to hint. Mm-hmm. So, we have our little jobs or whatever, but that doesn't mean that he doesn't ever clean or that I don't ever cook. So it was nice to just be in the kitchen and have a play, really. And I definitely think it's something we should do, I don't know, maybe once a month or something.
Yeah, I gave myself too much to do. I mean, I made 2 desserts. Merged them
effectively.
together. I nearly ran out of time to actually cook and film because we had a quiz tonight. Because I took so long to make 2 desserts. But I'm happy with it. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. The next video we'll do like this challenge. I'll probably use challenge in the title because that gets clicks, right? It's going to be the British Couples Bake Off. There we go.
See, this is where I can perhaps come into my own a bit more.
Yeah, we'll see.
I'm
see how it
more
goes.
of a baker than a cook.
We'll see how it goes. I'm curious to see how we do. But anyway, hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you again in the next one. And I hope you had a lovely Valentine's Day if you celebrated or did anything for Valentine's Day. I know this is completely off topic, but 2 years ago, I was auditioning for Liverpool Institute of Performing Arts, going to a comedy night club on my own, front row, and took photos of myself in spoons as if I was on a date with myself.
No.
So,
in fact, we were talking then.
We were talking then because I went past a gin place and you love gin. So I took photos of it. But we weren't actually a couple at that point. Whatever you do with your day, I hope you enjoyed it. We're watching wrestling tonight, so I hope you enjoyed this video and I'll see you again in the next one.